I'm Sarah. Let me tell you a story that proves that anything's impossible. I lost not only my legs, but also my parents in a car accident. After that, I came to live in a special group home. It wasn't bad there, but sometimes it lacked family comfort. One day, the director of the group home came to my room. Sarah, I want you to meet someone. A nice couple walked in. This is Mr. and Mrs. Rant. Good afternoon. I wondered who they were. Sarah, we would like to adopt you. What? What a twist. I stayed quiet, not knowing how to react. We hope you'll like living with us. Adopting a teenager with health issues is a very noble thing to do. They looked so sincerely happy. It seemed that they were good people. That was how my new life began. I finally found out what having dinner, walking in a park, and doing other pleasant things with your family was like. Other teenagers took that for granted. I was happy, and my new mom and dad seemed even happier than me. One evening, Dad came home very happy. Sarah, I have great news. I've signed you up for school. Cool. I've always dreamed of going. We explained to the principal that you needed special care, so don't worry about anything. But I don't want any special treatment, Mom. My parents looked at me with pity. I hated that, but whatever. The teacher introduced me to the class before the first lesson. Everyone, this is Sarah. She will be studying with you from now on. The kids seemed suspicious and not all that friendly. Of course, everyone was staring at my prosthetics, but I tried to act like an ordinary teenager. Does she have no legs? Yeah, that's terrible. As I was walking to my seat, some girl looked at me arrogantly and smirked. She's going to use that. Just you wait. Look, I'm so unfortunate. Feel sorry for me. Ugh, what kind of nonsense was she talking about? I would never do that. I decided to focus on my studies so that no one would think that the teachers gave me good grades out of pity. Days passed. I tried to be friendly, but my classmates were unapproachable. Besides, Chloe was adding fuel to the fire, whispering behind my back and giggling. It was infuriating. One day, after coming back from school, I saw a man at our house. Mr. Peterson, this is Sarah. Mr. Peterson looked at me and then at my prostheses carefully. Very well, we'll do as we agreed. What were they talking about? I was confused. After my parents saw the guest off, I asked them about it. He gave me such a weird look. Mr. Peterson works in television. A crew will arrive soon. They will film a story about our family. Cool, but why? Sarah, baby, don't argue. All you have to do is smile and nod. You have to follow the script. It's a popular show, so they are pretty strict about it. I didn't quite understand what it was all for, but agreed. After all, my parents were adults and knew what they were doing. When the crew arrived, they sat us down on a sofa opposite the host and turned on the cameras. Mr. and Mrs. Rant, tell us, what does it feel like to be an adopted parent of a disabled child? Oh, it's quite challenging, but my husband and I knew what we were signing up for, and now we are absolutely happy. Our love for our daughter helps us overcome any difficulties. I didn't really like what they were saying, but I kept smiling as promised. After the show aired, my life at school drastically changed. Hi, Sarah, I saw you on TV. My mom even burst into tears after watching the show. Sit with us, let's chat. It was so nice. However, Chloe and her henchmen ruined my mood. Don't kid yourself. They only want to befriend you because your sob story was shown on TV. What do you want from me? Just leave me alone. I was hurt by her words, but decided not to pay attention to her. After that, my family was invited on the show again. It was quite interesting. Mom also organized a family photo shoot for us with the best photographer in the city. And soon, the pictures of us started to appear in magazines. That gave me an idea. Mom, we should show that a person with a disability can live a full life. After all, that could inspire other people with similar problems. Yes, that's nice, but you're not famous enough for that yet. I agree. You need the public to know and love you first. Maybe they were right. I decided to think about it and went for a walk. I had just left the house when I came across two strange people. Sarah? That's me. Do we know each other? I'm your great Uncle Ben, and this is your Aunt Kate. We've been looking for you for a long time, but with no success. We were starting to lose hope. And then a miracle happened. We turned on the TV and saw our niece. Sarah, come live with us. You don't need a foster family. After all, you have real relatives. This is all very sudden. Yes, we understand. Think about it and call us, okay? They left me a phone number and left. I came back home and my parents immediately suspected that something was wrong. I probably looked lost. Is everything all right? I told my parents about the meeting with my aunt and uncle, and for some reason they got terribly angry. If you had relatives, we wouldn't have been allowed to adopt you. Those were scammers profiting from people with disabilities. Wow, could anyone really be so cruel? I'd actually believed them. It was a good thing I told my parents about the meeting. It was scary to imagine what could have happened to me otherwise. At school, we were told that instead of the gym class, we would study choreography. I was pretty good with my prosthetics, so I wasn't worried. Running on prosthetics is hard, but dancing a little was alright. In the gym, I noticed that Chloe was being unusually quiet. She was sitting on a bench and looking sadly at some guy from another class. His name was Steve. She clearly liked that guy. I wondered why our Miss Popularity wasn't trying to get him to notice her. A classmate's voice interrupted my thoughts. Sarah, you are so brave. Thanks, but why? No need to be so modest. It's great that you decided to risk it. What are you talking about? He showed me the schedule of school sports competitions that were coming up. I looked at it and was absolutely stunned. My name was on the runner's list. Good luck! I will cheer for you. Was it a mean joke? Who could have done that to me? Wow, that will be something. Poor Chloe. She must have put my name on the list hoping to humiliate me. The poor thing will probably run on her hands. She doesn't have any legs after all. She had gone too far. Don't choke on your own poison, Chloe. I decided to take part in the race to spite her. But how was I supposed to do that? At home, I asked my parents for advice. I want to participate, but I don't know how to do it with my prosthetics. Well, our gift will come in handy then. They went to another room and came back with a package. There were some strange things inside. These are prostheses created so that people with disabilities could run like everybody else. I almost screamed with delight and hugged my parents. You are the best! On the day of the competition, Mom and Dad also came to the school stadium. They even brought reporters with them. Today is a special day. Our girl is being very brave and competing with ordinary children. We are so proud of Sarah. I was already standing at the start line when Steve, the guy that Chloe liked, suddenly came up to me. I wanted to wish you good luck. You're cool. I was about to thank him, but the competition was starting. It was time to run. Wow, it was an unforgettable feeling. It felt like wings had grown behind my back. The audience was delighted. Everyone took pictures of me and shouted words of support. I was so proud of myself. I wanted to show everyone what people like me were capable of. However, something went wrong. The fastening on one of the prostheses had loosened. Oh no. I slowed down so as not to fall. Chloe ran past me. Damn it, she must have done it. She had probably seen Steve compliment me and got mad. She was insufferable. I was one of the last to finish. Luckily, I hadn't fallen or Chloe would have danced with joy. I would show her. I put on my prosthetics and resolutely followed Chloe into the locker room. I opened the door and froze on the spot. Chloe had taken off her legs. Her entire knee was covered with terrible scars. I realized that there most likely was a prosthesis inside the joint. She noticed me and quickly put on her jeans. What are you doing here? Go away. What's wrong with your knee? What's it to you? Mind your own business. Don't you dare tell anyone about this. I don't go around showing everyone my flaws, unlike some people. After shouting that, she grabbed her bag and ran away. My parents were waiting for me in the car, but I decided to take a walk and think about everything. However, as soon as I stepped away from the school stadium, I met that annoying couple of scammers again. Sarah, you haven't called us. We were worried. Sweetie, you seem upset. Is everything all right? Leave me alone. I have no relatives. Find another way to make money, got it? I was in for another shock at home. My parents were having a heated discussion in the living room and didn't notice me standing outside the door. Nothing is going according to plan. She won't stay popular for long if this keeps up. The public loves sob stories. She should be pitiful, but keeps trying to act like a heroine. I signed her up for the competition and broke the dumb prosthesis, but she didn't fall as we expected her to. That would have made people pity her again. We need to come up with something else. What? No. Had they adopted me to gain popularity and earn money? I was furious, but didn't show it. I wanted to get to the bottom of it. I went to my room, turned on my laptop, and started looking for information about people adopting disabled kids. There were a lot of publications, and I worried I wouldn't find what I was looking for, but I got lucky. After searching for a long time, I found a picture of my parents and some boy with no arms. There was an article about them. The photo had been taken in another country 10 years ago. Even my parents' names were different. Mr. and Mrs. Rant turned out to be fakes. I found the boy on social media. Wow, he was already an adult. I decided to send him a DM and figure everything out. Hi, I was adopted by the same people as you. The guy wrote back that he was sorry to hear that. It turned out that he had also been dragged around to shows and photo shoots. Our parents profited from his popularity. When he said he didn't want that, they just left him with no money and disappeared. They were scumbags. I promise I'll deal with it. He wished me luck. I waited until I was left alone at home and snuck into my parents' room. It turned out that they had Googled boarding schools for the disabled in other countries. I knew how to end that nightmare. It would only take a little time. Pretending like nothing had happened was hard, but I managed. At the final choreography lesson, all students will dance in pairs. The best pair will perform at the upcoming concert. Chloe got paired up with Steve. She was probably over the moon. Before the lesson, I decided to get some air in the schoolyard. I went out and saw Chloe in a secluded corner. Damn, was she really? Chloe, are you crying? It's none of your business. Not that again. I was about to walk away when I noticed that Chloe was holding onto her sore knee. I knew what she was going through. Sometimes the pain got really bad. Here, take this. What is it? A painkiller. I always carry them with me. Chloe took the pills and even muttered something like, "Thank you." Then she danced with Steve like nothing bothered her. Apparently the painkiller worked. The teacher was delighted and said that they would represent the school at the concert. To be honest, I was happy for Chloe. When I came home, my parents said there would be a new photo shoot soon. It will be a live broadcast. You know the drill. Smile. I would show them something unforgettable. On the day of filming, I was ready to expose them. Our viewers want to know about the life of parents that have a disabled child in their care. Oh, I don't really like to talk about all those never-ending troubles. No matter what, we are ready to do anything for our beloved daughter. Anything to add, young lady? I told them about everything those scammers had done. I printed that article and brought photos of that boy with me. They should be put behind bars. Of course, the police got involved, and cops arrived before the end of the broadcast. They arrested the fake rents so that they wouldn't leave for another country and change their names again. After giving them evidence, I left the studio and met those other scammers again. I told you that. Look, Sarah. He showed me an old photo. In it, what? It was me, except I was very small. And standing next to me were my real mom and dad, and as well as Uncle Ben and Aunt Kate. They all look so young. See, we aren't strangers. We don't have children of our own. We would be happy if you became part of our family. I'm sorry I doubted you. I came to live with my aunt and uncle. The police proved the guilt of my adoptive parents and annulled the adoption. I kept studying. One day, Chloe came up to me in the hallway. Can we talk? That was weird. She used to either bully or ignore me. Yes, of course, has something happened? I wanted to apologize. Wow, that was unexpected. Turned out that a few years ago, Chloe had also gotten into an accident during the summer holidays and severely damaged her knee joint. She had to get a prosthesis. She was afraid her classmates would think she was a freak and hid the injury from everyone. She thought that if other students found out about it, she would no longer be popular. That's why I disliked you. I thought you were deliberately flaunting your disability so that people would feel sorry for you. But that broadcast was absolutely mind-blowing. I realized that you didn't need pity to become so popular. Chloe, you shouldn't be ashamed of your body. Nothing's gonna change, so you should live your life to the fullest. Everything's possible. I told Chloe something I had been thinking about for a long time. We need to show that people with disabilities have interesting lives too. Let's be an example for those who are ashamed of their injuries and think they are defective. Chloe and I created a real social project and arranged a photo shoot together. The photos looked amazing, so real and alive. I got some money from the accounts of my former parents and we used it to print motivational booklets. We brought them to hospitals and social centers ourselves. We were even asked to speak at the group home I used to live in. At the end of the year, something else pleasant happened. The principal called Chloe and me on stage. Our school is proud to have such brave and strong students. I'd never heard such loud applause in my life. After the meeting, Steve approached Chloe. Chloe, I used to think you were arrogant and dramatic, but now I know I was wrong. Do you want to go on a date with me? Wow, I was so happy for my friend. Yes, you heard that right. We became friends. I got really into jumping. Now I participate in big competitions and even get awards. My uncle and aunt support me. Do you overcome difficulties no matter what too? Tell us in the comments down below. Hey squad! Like to see your life in comics? Stories that are so embarrassing that even friends do not know about them. Don't say you don't have such ones. They belong on the Anon Please channel. Check it out! Click here!